Okay, hi everybody. This is Marcy. As you know, if you've watched my two other videos, my first video that I did was pre-surgery, showing where my surgery was going to take place, the type of injury I had on the back of my foot. Sorry. The heel spur's been removed. I did have Achilles damage. I'm on day 20. Yeah, day 20 now. And I'm going to show you guys a picture of the progression so far. So, I don't know if this is going to work. Oh yeah, here we go. So, day 2, that was the first day that I could really take my bandage off my foot and kind of like give my foot a sponge bath without getting the wound wet. I was pretty bruised up, you guys. You could tell my heel is very irritated on this. A lot of permanent marker. I had some bruising up above my ankle also. I don't know if that came from the surgery or if it actually came from the boot, because my feet are pretty small, you guys. I wear like a 7. And that air cast boot from my size and my foot is kind of uncomfortable. It doesn't matter how much air I put in it or how little air I put in it. My foot was kind of still wiggling around in there. So I think the bruising actually the bruising above my ankle probably came from the boot rubbing up against my bone. But this was day 2. Now, day 6 looked a lot better, you guys. The irritation was gone. Swelling was going down. Just in general, everything was looking good and the wound was healing. I took a picture at day 17 and let's see here. It's a little dark. See if I can get in light. The wound was healing. This was the day before my 2-week follow-up. So the very next day I was going to my follow-up, which was this past Monday. And he did take the stitches out. And I was told that I can now put weight on my foot, and for as much as I can stand. I've tried to, you guys, it's very scary, I'll tell you what, because not putting your foot on the ground for 18 days and then all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, put your foot on the ground. You're very hesitant to even push your foot into the ground. I actually went up to my scale and kind of hopped onto my, took my injured foot in the boot and kind of applied pressure to the scale to figure out how much of my weight I was actually like pushing into the ground. And the first time I did it, I was only applying like 7 pounds of pressure. And I didn't really feel any pain, you guys. So I decided to reset the scale. I put my foot back on the scale and I pushed a little bit more to learn how much, pressure I could push into the ground when I'm walking with my crutches in the boot. That second time I did it, it was about 12 pounds. I'm pretty sure I can do a little bit more, and honestly, it feels like I'm driving my foot into the ground, but maybe I'm not. So I'm gonna try and do like 25% of my weight, which might be a little bit too much. I weigh 133, so that's about 33 pounds of pressure. I'm gonna try it and do that a little bit later tonight and see if I can do it. So today was my first day without the scooter. I decided to not take the scooter to work, and I didn't want to default to the scooter. You know how you get in your old little habits, and I know I need to have my foot on the ground, so I didn't want to have the scooter there just to be like, oh, I'll just jump on the scooter, it'll be quicker to jot down the hallway with the scooter. So today I forced myself not to bring the scooter into work. I did crutches. Very slow, you guys, because when you're walking with those crutches, I had to go crutch an injured foot first, and you kind of have to lift yourself up and pay attention to how much of your own weight you're putting into that boot, and then swing your good leg through. So it was a little difficult. I did have to ice my foot when I came home because you could tell that my foot was getting a workout. So my toes were a little bit swollen. Everything was a little achy. So I think every day I'm gonna have to like ice it, or maybe I'll take an ice pack to work to ice it. I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like right now, so you guys get an idea. So what I do now is I have 2 wedges in the back heel of my air cast boot, so they're doubled up. And for the first 2 weeks, I have to wear both wedges in the back of the boot. And then at week 2, I take one of the wedges out to lower my heel in that boot. And I think that's just to get more pressure on your heel. So, and then for 2 weeks, I have 1 wedge in the boot. So 2 weeks go by, and then I'll have another 2 weeks without any wedges in the boot. And that's when I go in for my 6-week follow-up. At 6 weeks, I will begin PT, he said. So, okay, so here's my foot, you guys. I'm gonna put them side by side so you guys can kind of see. So, I don't know if that's good. It's a little swollen, you can tell. I've been trying to, you can see how far I can bend my toes on my right foot. I can't really do that on my left foot. It's very tight on the bottom of the foot. So this is as far as I can bend my toes, you guys. You can see how I can kind of curl my right toes, but my left toes don't want to do it. So daily I've been kind of trying to stretch it out. I've been rubbing it, trying to get the blood flow going through here. I found that if you take some lotion and kind of rub it around and rub the ankle area, get the blood going and stuff, it feels actually pretty good. It'll start itching. So here's my wound. He put some butterfly stitches back there. I don't want to fall. I'm on a stool, you guys. So he took the stitches out. He put the butterfly stitches on there. I can take a shower now. I can get it wet. Showers are still difficult because you can't put your full weight down on the foot. So I am still dragging the stool into the shower and kneeling on the stool, which I can't wait to the day that I don't have to do that. So it's looking pretty good. It feels really tight back here, which is good because that means that the wound is healing. I'm afraid to put lotion on it or anything, or put like Neosporin or anything on it. I'm just gonna leave it alone. He said those butterfly stitches will wear off on their own. They'll fall off as they don't stick anymore, and I won't need them anymore. So, like I said, it's just a work in progress now. So, but you guys, it hasn't been that bad for me. I've had a really good experience so far. We'll see how the next 2 weeks go with the boot. Like I said, you got to go with what you feel, and you're very hesitant at first. You know, it's very scary to try and put weight on that foot. Like if you happen to have bumped your foot post-surgery before they let you put your foot on the ground, you know what that pain feels like, and you don't want to experience it again. So it's a little scary. Going up the stairs, going down the stairs is still very difficult. Actually, last night was the first night that I went up the stairs standing up with the crutches as an aid on my injured side of my body. So I had the crutches on the left side of my body. And then I used the handrail on the right, and I kind of hopped up the stairs. That's the first time I've done that this whole time. I usually sit on my ass and I kind of butt squat, kind of scoot up the stairs and down the stairs. Going down, still very scary. So I might be sitting on the stairs, going down the stairs until I know how much weight I can put on this foot. I don't want to fall forward or hurt myself. So thought I'd give you guys an update. this is how it looks right now. Like I said, day 20-ish. It's looking really good. And I just gotta start getting the foot stretched out and start kind of trying to move it around as I can. Don't want edema to kick in and all my muscles to kind of freeze up on me. So, hope this has been helpful. Oh, one more thing. When you guys get the air cast, I don't know if you can see my air cast over there. See, there's my air cast. When you get that air cast, it's off the ground significantly. For me, I'm only 5'1", so that boot bottom, on the bottom of that boot, I mean, that's a couple inches off the ground. So my right foot sits, I'm kind of lopsided right now. So when I'm in the boot and I'm trying to walk, I can't really straighten out this left leg. It's bent when I'm walking because my right leg isn't, you know, it's they're off kilter. So I bought this Even Up is what it's called, and it attaches to my shoe to raise my shoe up. I got it off Amazon. I think it was, can't remember, I think it was like $17 or $18, and it's got these, so depending on how high you need to raise your shoe, I could take this out. So it either raises a ½ inch or a full inch, I think is what it is, and then you got your shoe top. So significant lift here, which should even me out. I haven't put the shoe on yet with the air cast boot on my injured leg. I'm gonna try this out tomorrow, but good investment because I don't want to have hip issues or anything like that. Trying to walk lopsided. Also, when I was walking lopsided, you know, you can't put as much pressure as you want to on your injured leg because you're off balance. So it's been interesting the last 2 days. So I'm kind of glad I bought this. I eventually want to get off the crutches as soon as possible. So I bought this to help me out, to brace me up so I can be pretty straight in my posture. And then I'm gonna try and wean off to one crutch, and then hopefully no crutches. We'll see, you guys. But hope you guys liked the video. I hope it's been helpful. Like I said, I will post another update probably around week 4 post-surgery, so you guys can see how I'm doing with the air cast boot. Have a great night. Thanks.